In Texas, football is a way of life. Yeah, it's a tired cliche, but in this case, it's true. Growing up in Texas, football was every weekend in the fall. High school on Fridays, college on Saturdays, NFL on Sundays. But out of these, the biggest rivalry came from the college level. When I was becoming a football fan, the Big 12 landscape was the most competitive in the country, with the University of Texas on top of the mountain, especially after winning the BCS championship in the 2005 season. Since then, every other team in the state has been vying for the number 2 spot. Texas A&M even jumped conferences to try to be relevant. But now, there's a new school in the mix. Located just north of Austin, Round Rock has a few of the top football high schools in the area, as well as the best donuts in the world. And now, Round Rock is shooting for a spot in NCAA history, basing their team on Round Rock High School and their mascot, the Dragons. Purely for the sake of competition, especially in our first season where we're not going to be great, I put Round Rock in the American Conference, just so that we can get our legs underneath us as a college program. We shared our division with Cincinnati, Houston, Eastern Carolina, Connecticut, and SMU. Division B has UCF, Navy, Temple, USF, Tulsa, and Tulane. Taking a look at some of our key players for our team, starting at quarterback is number 4, Rod Etui. He is a 6 foot, 200-pound junior. He has some pretty great speed. Not that great throwing stats, so he is most likely going to be an option quarterback for us, which is probably what our offense is going to be, at least for this first season. Starting at running back, we have number 7, Kirk Keller. He is a 5'10", 231-pound redshirt senior, so this is going to be the only year we're going to get to use him, so let's use the crap out of him. Does not have the best speed. He's got really good break tackle and trucking. Also doesn't have the best receiving stats. Now looking at our wide receiver situation, we don't really have any good ones. To be perfectly honest, our highest rated is a 67 overall with 83 speed. Head coach for the Round Rock Dragons is Heath McNeil. He is a brand new coach to the college game, so he is going to be level 1. With his one skill point, I did put it into scouting, so that we could hopefully build this team up a little bit for the next season. Our defensive coordinator is Casey Poole, and I put his 1 point into stamina and injury because we're going to get run on a lot. Our offensive coordinator is Matt Blair. He runs a 1-back set. We didn't go with any specific college's offense or defense just because we kind of just want to do our own thing. And I also put the 1 point that he had into stamina and injury because we're going to get destroyed in this first season. So taking a look at our schedule for this, which would be the 2013 season, we're starting off playing FCS Southeast, kind of just a tune-up game to see how we play against another team, actually. And after that, we have Texas State, Washington, and Tulsa at home. Then after a bye, we have a 4-game road trip to Tulane, Central Florida, Eastern Carolina, and Houston. And then another bye, and then we end up going up against Navy, Cincinnati, and SMU at home. And then our last game of the season, if for some reason we don't make the conference championship, will be at Connecticut. Taking a look at preseason polls, we are actually not the worst team to begin the season. We're 109th in the nation, which, I mean, could be a lot worse. I mean, we're better than Army, we're better than Eastern Michigan, we're better than Texas State. With recruiting, I filled out our recruiting board off screen because that takes a lot of time to do. A couple of the key ones. Derek Edwards, he is the number 2 halfback in the country, and his first choice was to come to us, which I think is pretty dang cool. Wide receivers, which we definitely need. We have the number 19, the number 62, and the number 29 in the nation. And we do have 5 cornerbacks on our board because we just need help at the cornerback position. We got this guy Vince Hill, Quentin Moore, Kyle Williams, Jeff Reed, and John Smith. We're going to get into our first game against FCS Southeast. It says we're pretty even, but at the same time, I also haven't played NCAA 14 in a very long time, so this might end up being a slaughter. Just a quick rundown of scoring plays from today's action. 4th and 1, beginning of the second quarter. We handed off on this play to our boy Keller, and he powers his way in for our first touchdown as a college team. It's always a good standard setter, especially when it's a powerful run like that, straight up the middle on the goal line. All right, just a few minutes later, it is 5 minutes left in the second quarter, 2nd and 4. We are right around midfield. Etwe goes back to pass, doesn't see anything, scrambles out and takes off, gets a key block from Keller right there, and we see how that speed helps us with him as he takes it for a monster 50-yard gain and scores a touchdown to make it a 14-3 game. This is a great way for us to start off our college football run. All right, next highlight is a 3rd and 9 play. We have 2.5 left in the second, and this is just going to be another run from Etwe. Like, this guy has such insane speed from the quarterback position, and I'm glad we have him for 2 years because we're going to use the crap out of him while we probably redshirt a quarterback next year. But we will figure that out once everything comes back from our recruiting, see if we even get anybody. All right, next score here is 2nd and 10, 33 seconds left in the quarter. We are actually going to throw this ball across the middle to Nance, and he is going to take it in for 23 yards, making it a 28-6 ball game after the extra point. He just got wide open over the middle and just walked into the end zone. Impressive. All right, we are in the third quarter now. It is 28-6, first down, right around midfield once again. And Etwe's going to roll out, and he's going to lob it down the field to Mobley because Mobley was wide open. I guess FCS Southeast runs that cover everybody but the number 1 receiver option. That's interesting. But anyways, next scoring drive. But wait, they're on offense. What is this? I think you know what this is. That's right. We get a pick. And I thought I was usering him, but I am not. And he still runs it all the way back for a touchdown to make this a 42-6 lead after the extra point. And that was our boy Blair, killing it, especially when he was originally supposed to be like our backup free safety, and I moved him to strong safety because our strong safety was not that great. All right, wait. No, wait. This is another one of their offensive plays. Oh, wait. That's right. We got 2 of these. So he gets hit, throws it to Price, one of our linebackers, and our linebacker breaks some tackles and makes it into the end zone to make it a 49-6 game. We definitely ran away with this one after a while. We just had to get our feet under us, and I also had to relearn how to play this game because it has been a while. All right, 3rd and goal. We have our backup halfback in because Keller's just been running it up the gut all day. And Harwell is just going to take it in from 2 yards out. 56-6 after the extra point. 3 seconds left in the game. We're just running up the score because we're disrespectful. We are going to launch this into Hancock, and he's going to catch that. It's only a couple yard touchdown, but I think 63-6 looks pretty good as our first win. Rod Etwe is our player of the game, obviously, because he provided pretty much all of our scoring except for those 2 pick sixes. This was a heck of a win. Stats on the game: Rod Etwe ended up with 201 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 68% completion percentage, so could be a lot worse. Rushing, we had the two-headed monster of Keller and Etui. Freaking dominated. 280 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns between them. Keller had his long of 29. Etui had his long of 46. The backup, Harwell, got in there too and scored his 1 touchdown. But it sucks because Keller and Harwell are both seniors, so neither of these guys are going to be here next year. So we do need to get a really good running back in this recruiting class. Looking at our receivers, Samson Mobley, he was on that one play where he was inexplicably wide open. There was no one even on his side of the field. Stafford Nance with 1 catch for 23 yards and a touchdown, and Kent Hancock with 2 catches, 17 yards, and a touchdown. Leading us in tackles today was Marquis Bradshaw with 6. Ronaldo Montgomery had 5, and Raymond Ware had 5 as well. Tackles for loss, Deontay Church had 2, and Marquis Bradshaw had 2. There's also the 2 guys that had our 4 sacks between the 2 of them. Interceptions, we had 2 different pick sixes, one from Cedric Price for 27 yards, one from Jamie Blair for 40 yards. Those were just really great plays. It was just really good. Head coach is now level 2. So I am going to put this 1 upgrade point into scouting because it will just make it a lot easier going forward, figuring out everyone's true abilities. So in the first week of this new season, the first week that our college has been in existence, we have top 2 conference players, offense and defense, in Marquis Bradshaw and Rod Etui, because they just kicked so much butt. Our next game, we will be going up against Texas State. Kirk Herbstreit has them winning over us, even though our stats, aside from passing offense, is better than theirs. But we will see that next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below, leave a like, let me know what you guys think about this series. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. This is going to be something I'm going to be planning on doing for a long time. So until next time, this is your boy Ian, the Big Steez, signing off.